Hi, it's Grave Girls. I'm Danielle, and it's our show. We're going to do our show. So, today I wanted to talk about some music and production values behind the two songs we just released on streaming everywhere. Two songs, Girl Joint and Timothy Leary Says Drugs. So, they're worth checking out. It's an interesting setup we have with those songs. So, just start with Girl Joint. I think, when I'm, as an artist, I'm trying to create as good of things as I can and come up with as many ideas as I can about what I'm doing. Just trying out a variety of perspectives, different feelings, different vibes, different days, different energies you give off as a person. I don't know, mine can be all over the place sometimes. But, while I'm working, I'm listening to the stuff I do, and on any given day, you might mix music slightly differently. And my advice with that is just pay attention to your ears, first of all, and second of all, that means volume and ear fatigue as well, because you can fatigue your ears over a period of time if you listen too long. If you ever feel everything sounds the same after listening to music for 4 hours, that's often why it's ear fatigue. So when you're making music, you often think about things like that. And other things. Even things related to the space at which things are taking up in the headphones. Layers. I like to think of them in layers or tiers and kind of a three-dimensional space. I like to, with the new album Empress of Shattered Glass, all the songs have this big three-dimensional space. But with Girl Joint, I wanted to create a syncopated beat, and I often start with drums. I sequence the drums and mess with them, and then just kind of just have a rhythmic basis to start with and gain creative inspiration from, because I believe that sometimes it's rhythm is almost like a primal musical value that goes even deeper than notation and melody and harmony and those sorts of things. But you can say a lot about that, but in that song the riff is kind of tricky. If you listen to it, I don't really think it repeats ever. If it does, it just repeats a couple ideas once or twice, but it doesn't really repeat. And so I put the bass riff down, just this kind of meandering, chill riff, and then had to put the guitar over top of it. And then over top of that, I'm putting this really washed out, reverb, spring reverb guitar sound that's just kind of just floating in the, and she's off somewhere doing her own thing. And then on top, basically it's 3 vocal layers. There's 2 layers of conversations of me and Charlie sitting there just talking while we partake in some R&D, research and development, for the song. So it's just a captured conversation in this microphone actually. And then on top of that, I sing a little bit just to kind of offset things and make it sort of even more floaty and both of these songs carry almost some kind of a 60s freak out thing. But as far as Timothy Leary Says Drugs goes, it's much more of a spaghetti western house turbo jam. I don't really know what to say about it yet, because I guess I talked a good bit about Girl Joint today. What else about Girl Joint? Oh, I love the, like... So the bass was actually recorded in that song as a guitar, and it's using an octave down filter. It might even be 2 octaves down. I often do 2 octaves down, and that's one advantage of playing in E, which I know, groan and moan, everybody wants to play in C or below, but you don't have to. Play in any key you want to. Whatever feels right for your instrument. And for me, I like to play with like a tight action, and I play in E or D, like drop D, a lot. And the reason for that is like 2 octaves down, it is often still like very consistent and like makes sense to the encoding in a way that some of them can't really understand, if that makes sense. Like the little chip or whatever, it gets confused with certain types of like low notes and stuff like that. But if you're in the key of E, it's a little bit easier. It's E for easy, right? Grave Girls Incorporated, we keep it easy over here. But no, our music is relatively complicated a lot of times, especially Timothy Lear Says Drugs. Go listen to that song and check it out, and we'll come back tomorrow for a lesson on that one. If you have comments, leave them below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and that's all from me. Bye, it's Grave Girls. See you next time.